You ever seen that photo of a guy sitting here like this, contemplating, called the thinker? Ooh. Anyways, a previous video of mine, I talked about having a worldview. So I want to tell you my bias. And now it didn't used to be all my bias because I'm in my early 50s and things change and my viewpoints change and you learn things. You see things and you experience things and so forth. So here's the thing. So uh, how how did I develop my worldview? Well, at the age I was a liberal Democrat humanist. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. You can watch some other videos on it. Until the age of about 23, 24. And at the age of 23, I became a Christian. Okay? So I am a Christian. At least that's what I proclaim that I am. That's what I profess. It's up to you to see whether I have the fruit or not of that. And that's fine. You can judge me on that. So a lot of my viewpoint has changed, and it has changed because my conscience, my intellect has been informed through the scriptures. That means the 66 books that are in the Bible, written over the course of 1,500 to 1,700 years, within the span of 10,000 years. At least that's what I believe. So that's what forms my worldview, and I will give you a little touch of my history. Before I was 23, I really didn't have much. I didn't grow up in the church, by the way. I grew up pretty much outside the church. My family, my dad and my mom, were both churched, you could say, in the Midwest. And so they really didn't push religion. Their viewpoint was religion is a private thing, and it shouldn't be pushed down your children's throat, and they should make a decision for themselves. But what they didn't realize, I don't think they thought it through. Why? Because for them, they had made a decision for me, and that was to keep me from the teachings of the Bible. The only thing I remember was a little thing called a golden book, and they had these little golden books with golden binding. They were little cartoon books and stuff like that, but they told stories. And then there was the Ten Commandments. I remember reading the Ten Commandments book, and that was all my religion I had. I didn't know. We went to church on Christmas, sometimes Easter. But I really didn't know anything about it, and I couldn't wait to get home to open up the toys. So at the age of 23, my lenses, whoa, look at this, my lenses changed. How I saw the world changed. Okay? Those are for reading. So everything I started seeing started to change. I started to change things. Which is interesting because one of the reasons, my personal experience in that is as a Christian, is why I don't want to get into the debates about abortion and everything else, all those little hot topics that we get angry at each other for. I don't try to get into those debates too big. I will talk to you if you want to talk to me about them, and I will share with you my view. My view is right. But my point being, why? Because I saw what I saw is God using the Bible to change my viewpoint on many things. As I started learning what He was saying, and as I saw what He was saying, I was saying, wait a minute, this flies in the face of what I was doing and what I was saying and what I was believing. Interesting. So, sorry, I forgot to put do not disturb. I ain't going to start the video anymore because I'm not like one of these guys that wants to go on and, edit stuff. But I really, really was someone that, I was someone that started looking at things differently. And as I read the Bible, I said, wait a minute, this is what this says. And if this is God's word, then this is either true or it's not. And I think that's where you're left with the Bible. It's either true or it's not. And a lot of people have funny reasons for why they don't believe. But I would just ask you, and this is a topic for another video, I'd ask you to rethink your beliefs. Not to throw them away, but to rethink the basis and the authority on which you believe what you believe. I want you, no matter what you believe, I want you to know why you believe it. I want you to know, to be strengthened in that belief. Because really, you ought to be. We should all have our convictions. And I think one of the things that's lost today, and it's really sad, and here I am, an old guy, but it really is sad that you and I can't have a discussion about things, maybe even a heated discussion, but then come away with it not hating each other or saying you can't say that. But we would want to promote that for you. So anyhow, in my next video, I'll talk a little bit more about how I got this worldview and what some of the things changed in me, and then we'll work through it. And if you have any comments and you have any questions, you can private message me, whatever. What I'll do is I'll add my an email address, so you can email me if you have any topics you want me to go through. Maybe you have something that's really eating at you, and hey, everything's on the table. Everything. I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about if it'll help you. Okay, well, thanks. It's good to be here. Good to hopefully you're watching, and if you're watching, that's great. Nice to see you. You have a great night. Okay.